All right, we are nearing the end of the 7 steps to a recipe to building a good, an amazing dental dream team. I'm Laura Hatch, I'm the founder of Front Office Rocks, and I have developed this channel to be a resource for dental teams. I have all different types of videos here. Up to this point, we've been adding snippets from our training and webinars, but now I'm really focusing on trying to address issues that you have as a dentist, as an office manager, as a receptionist, dental assistant, hygienist. And in this one, I've started with dream teams because I feel like the dentist would love to have an amazing team. Not all offices do. And there are steps to it. There's not just one thing you can do to say, hey, everybody here has to be amazing. Let's just kick butt every day. So I'm breaking it down into 7 things. And I've already talked about the leadership, the team members, the culture, that you have to have the right culture, that everybody has to have the right why. You need to set goals and have some games. It needs to be fun, because if it's not fun, nobody wants to do it. And the 6th thing then is attitudes. And I didn't know how to really word this because, I don't know, maybe it's help me out here. When you watch this, maybe you can think of a better terminology for this one. But my thought was with the 7th thing is attitudes, meaning, you know, we have attitudes. There are days that aren't great. There are times that are stressful. There are patients who can rub us the wrong way. There are things that break. And an attitude can flare up really easily. It makes sense, right? Like if I don't know, if something stressful happens to you, you're gonna potentially, respond in a way that you aren't thinking about. It's not irrational necessarily, but it's short, or it's mean, or it's huffy puffy, or I don't know what the word is, but it's just not your normal. If you were rational and things were going well, how you would respond. The issue with that is in a dental office, we have things that happen a lot throughout the day. We have patients who cancel. We have team members who potentially show up late, hopefully not with a dream team, but that have home issues. We all have personal issues, right? We have personal lives that may not be great at times in our lives. We have overhead. If you're the doctor, we have to pay bills. We're working on procedures that literally we're using high-piece handpieces in an area this big in a dark hole. That can be super stressful. Like, I can't even imagine being a dentist. Don't put a handpiece in my hand. I'll tell you what. Put a telephone in my hand, but not a handpiece. In the front office, we got things coming at us all the time. You can't predict. There's the phone's ringing and patients are dropping off kids and the toilet's overflowing, and it can get stressful. Hygienists have to deal with patients who are saying, I only want to do what the insurance covers, and my gums bleed all the time, and you're hurting me, or whatever. So from every perspective on the team, we all have issues that come up. And when those come up, sometimes that's when attitudes can flare. The more we can address attitudes, the more we can address. And when I say attitudes, I'm kind of encompassing that into attitudes, drama, I don't know, what do they say now? Throwing shade. Somebody's laughing at me when I said that. It's gonna come up. And we need to address it, because nothing can kill a dream team more than that. You might have the most amazing team, but if I snap at somebody and I don't handle it, she's now going to go talk to somebody else, and then she's going to go talk to somebody else, and now there's 3 people gossiping about me, so I'm going to talk about somebody else, and now we're not going to be getting along, and now the doctor's in a bad mood, or whatever the case may be. It can easily, quickly mess up a dream team and the culture of your practice. It's like a fungus. Once it starts, if it's not stopped and addressed immediately, it will continue to grow. So there are a few things that I suggest. Earlier in a video, I was talking about a suggestion that a friend of mine makes, Elijah Desmond, from Smiles at Sea and Driven Dental Marketing, implant marketing, where he talks about, in the morning huddle, talking about where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. Are you a 10 or are you a 2? And not that we need to know what's going on in your life or why you're not a 10, but we can kind of nip it in the bud, stop the drama and the gossip about somebody. If you can easily just come in the morning and say, listen guys, it was a long night last night. I'm really honestly a 5. You know, maybe it's a new mom and the baby was up sick all night, or maybe somebody had a fight with their spouse in the morning or whatever. And it's much better to proactively go, you know what, I'm a 5, and have the team go, you know what, we're going to pick you up today. We're going to handle this. We're going to put in a little extra to help you out. We're going to do a little extra. We're not going to sit behind the corner and point at you and talk about how you have an attitude today. We're going to come together as a team. I think that suggestion is amazing. Now, here's the thing, and this kind of goes with my next suggestion. I think you need to leave your attitude at the door. What I mean by that is when you walk into the practice, you're on stage. You are here for the patients. You are here to help our patients, you know, get an amazing experience. That isn't always easy to do, which is why I've kind of balanced this with this other idea of, are you a 10 or not? Because sometimes it's not possible to leave it at the door. You know, if you've been up all night, you know, because your baby was sick and you're exhausted, it's a little bit harder to leave that at the door. So in that case, to be able to go to your team and say, listen, I'm a 5 today, then your team can pick you up. Now, you can't come in every day and be a 5, right? You've got to come in. That's a once in a while thing where you're like, hey guys, help me out. But majority of the time, you need to leave your attitude at the door. You need to leave your drama at the door. We're paying you to do a job, right? That you need to come in and do your job. And your job is to take care of patients, work as a team, really know what your why is, keep the culture good, know what your purpose is, and really take care of the patients. And whatever's going on in your personal life, that needs to stay outside, okay? So that's a kind of a balance of like, you know, I understand not everything can stay out, but the better you can do to keep your attitudes at the door, the better it's gonna be for keeping that team. That's amazing. Now, the next thing, I have 2 more to talk about. One is, okay, let's say things do flare up. Let's say we do have, I don't know, 2 assistants who are upset about something and they're slamming instruments, or 2 front office people aren't getting along, or whoever, it doesn't matter. What do we do then? We need to handle it, and we need to handle it as soon as possible. We can't let that fester and grow. We can't, because the first time we have an upset, the first time maybe you and I don't get along for a minute or 2, then the next time I'm gonna be a little less patient with you. I'm gonna be a little less forgiving with you. And I'm gonna be a little more like, oh, there she's doing it again. And now she's doing it again. Look, she's doing it again. And now you and I are not gonna be getting along. We need to handle these things as they come up. So make sure when little attitudes spike, and they will, that especially if you're the one who were the spiker, the attitude giver, that you circle back around once you've like gotten your calm and things have calmed down and say, hey, listen, you know what? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you that way, or I didn't mean to get upset with you. I was having a bad morning or something. Squash it then. Just get rid of it right then. Say you're sorry, right? If somebody did it to you and they haven't come to you to say you're sorry, go talk to them and say, listen, I understand that didn't go well this morning. What could we do next time to make it better? I really don't want us to have an upset between us. Like, be the bigger person and go to them and say, how can we make sure that this doesn't happen again? I don't think there's enough teams that are doing that. And we're all adults. We're all big people. We don't need to go tell the office manager or the doctor. You know, go when things are well, or maybe that person still has an attitude for a while. Then say, hey, can we set up a time to sit down and talk? Can we meet for coffee in the morning before we start the morning huddle? Can we go out after work tonight and just talk for a little bit? And just handle it, right? Try not to let it grow and get bigger, because it will. I mean, like I said, it's like a fungus and it's gonna continue to grow, I guarantee it. And then lastly, you didn't think I was letting you off the hook, but I'm gonna talk about doctors. Doctors, your attitude makes a huge impact or difference in how the practice runs. If you walk in the morning with a chip on your shoulder, unhappy, stressed, focused on news, negative, I'm just trying to think of the different things that I've seen or heard, that's gonna come into your practice, and that's gonna filter into your team. Your team's gonna feel that. If you walk into the huddle in the morning and you're grouchy and you're snippy and snappy, do you think your team's gonna wanna come talk to you throughout the day? Do you think they're gonna go above and beyond for you? Do you think they're really gonna feel motivated by you? It takes the entire team to keep that attitude out. So doctors, office managers, everybody watching this video, everybody has to do their part to keep the outside drama out of the practice And anything that happens in the practice, understand it's part of what we do. We have stressful jobs. Things can get crazy at times. You know, the schedule controls us. But then really, you know, acknowledge it and apologize or find ways to make sure it doesn't happen again in the future. But don't let it grow, because it will kill a dream team. I hope that helps. I know at this point you're probably like, oh yeah, we do that. Yeah, we do that. Or maybe you don't. And this isn't necessarily an easy step. I'm not saying that it is, but it's definitely one that you need to do, because it all sounds good to have a dream team, but the reality is stuff comes up and you guys need to work together to address it. Let me know if you guys have suggestions of how you do this in your practice. What do you do to handle upsets when they come up? What do you guys do to leave your drama at the door? I would love ideas. And this isn't just for me. Like I said, this is a channel to help us all grow and learn from one another. So give us your idea of what you do in your practice. Make sure you write comments down below. Let me know if you have other suggestions. Reach out to my team of videos you'd like to see. And we have one more video in this recipe of the 7 things that you need to do to build a dream team. So I look forward to seeing you next time.